Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-bow.
I woke up at like 5.
All sleeping.
I don't think so. I found that if I have a coffee, I'm good to go.
I might need to.
Because the past couple weeks I've been like, no, the 2 weeks before that, 1:30 in the morning, I was like, let's keep going. And then last week I was good to keep going, but everyone, like, we were 3 people that we were already kind of 3 people down if you count Shuey.
Yeah.
Then Alex went out. Then you seemed to be starting to slip.
Yeah.
Bachman, visiting, which was nice, but
Yeah, I love.
so
He's actually like an incredible house guest and everything, but just my social battery runs out pretty quickly.
yeah. To where you're like, all right, I need my space, I need my thing.
Yeah, I just needed to like sleep and thing.
I find that way when I go to travel, and if you like, whenever you're a house guest of someone, I always really enjoy it for like the first couple days, and then I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm happy to be here, but boy,
you thing.
Yeah, boy howdy, would I kind of enjoy not staying. My first trip to I get it. Okay. I get it. Go over there. And then I go over here. Damn, wasn't enough. I think I have to put him down, let him fly up.
Yeah, I thought he flies up from the side that you're on.
I think you're right. You are correct, sir.
But when you got back from your trip.
Oh, whenever I went on that trip a few years ago to see my friend James and my grandpa, it was perfect. I spent 2 days and 3 nights in Washington, and then I flew to Minnesota, and then I saw my grandpa for like for 3 days. I was gone for like a week. I came back and it was like perfect each time. I was like, as soon as I was like, all right, starting to get a little, all right, time to go. I saw everyone. It was nice. Had a good time. Bing, bang, boom. All set.
Yeah. I don't know if you feel this way also, but like it's not the person or anything.
Oh no, it's just I'm not.
I need alone time.
Yeah. I've never been the most social person in general. I've definitely become more social
As a nerd.
Yeah, as a nerd, but oh, man, they said the thing. All right, I'm a little confused.
I am too, because I remember that you need the shot for those.
Yeah.
So what do you got to do? And like look there.
No, I can't go in there. Well, there's some arrows, so that makes me think that maybe there's an eye over there I need to shoot. No.
What about if the down?
What goes here?
Can't you plant him in those? And then he shoots up further or something later on? I don't remember.
I also don't remember. But this was the only door to go into, right? Or we'll have to go back.
Yeah, I think so.
We're already getting lost. We're already getting in the weeds of all of this.
Because the wind temple sucks.
Maybe I have to hit that thing with an arrow. Either way, I'm gonna hop down. And then
Those are the hookshot things, right? Aren't they?
I think so, but I have 100 arrows. I'll be fine.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I don't think you can do anything with it currently. So I just.
Let's put you on this one, and then I'm gonna go stand on this one, and that didn't do anything.
Seems like it should.
Yeah. He's not doing anything. There we go. I don't think I have the power to aid you much, folk, but at least I can plant a tree here in soft soil. I can use A to sow seeds. Use your wind waker. Okay.
All right. That would have been good to know coming in.
Right?
What are your functions, child?
You know, this tree has a little face.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I did the Deku Tree mission where you have to go to all the places in 30 minutes.
Uh-huh.
You get a heart piece, but they have little faces. They're just, these trees pop up and they have a little face.
Oh.
I thought it'd be more neat and more like story thing, and I was like, oh, I'll wait. And then it wasn't. I was like, oh, well. Bit of a bummer. Whatever.
I honestly can't believe.
Right? I do love these things. I've, been there since Zelda 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, awesome.
Unkillable death traps.
Yep. That look just like that.
Where are you going now?
There was a seed thing to plant down there, and I'm wondering if I should go down there and do it.
Might as well knock it out.
Yeah.
It's imperative, regardless.
And go. Whenever I was playing through it, I was having Alex run the guide with me, and it was really funny. He never knew that Link does the whole Swami thing whenever he's playing. He was like, oh my god. He just started dying laughing. I was like, what the hell's wrong with you? And he's like, I never knew that he did this. Probably a freaking joy pendant, I bet you.
Or 50.
Which I have the big wallet. That is one thing that I wish. So there's a lot of stuff that, I didn't think it was natural to do again. I thought it kind of cheapened it, but the frustration for how much time, but where I didn't have the big wallet, and then you would yell at me and be like, "Why are you picking up the rubies? You can't even hold any more rubies."
No, that made it into some of the episodes.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it just keeps going because I don't get that big wallet until like the end, and now I already have it, and part of me wanted to keep that going and then just not go get the wallet and then have you be frustrated. Yeah, but I was like, I won't do that. It felt unnatural.
a little bit. Or it would have been even more frustration because I was like, you had the big.
You had
What are
to,
you
why
doing?
didn't you go get it? You know where it is, once you? And I was like, I don't really remember. I'm look at a guy. We're doing all this stuff. Anyway, let me go get these coins. I also found out something interesting about. I never knew this about Breath of the Wild, but in Breath of the Wild, if you're wearing the lobster shirt, the shirt you start out with in this game, and you can like get a leaf and then blow boats and stuff.
Yeah.
If you're wearing that shirt, the wind behind you, you can see it, and it looks like the Wind Waker wind, and you go like twice as fast on any boat that you're pushing with wind.
That is cool.
It's one of the only clothes that has a actual magical ability beyond like a status effect thing.
Yeah, and it doesn't necessarily tell you that either.
Yeah. Like with a lot of things in Breath of the Wild, you got to figure that shit out for yourself. Oh, I have a very funny message I want to read to you and the audience here in a sec. After I do this, but actually, if you want to take over for a second,
sure,
and let me. So a little bit of backstory. My grandfather, he lives up in Minnesota with his brother, Ken, my uncle. And my grandfather is the most not technically inclined person I've ever met. I think you have to go all the way back to the beginning of the level and get him back. And my great uncle Ken, not as bad as my grandpa, but my grandpa is so like rough with technology that he scours like secondhand stores and stuff like that for used typewriters because you can't get the ink anymore, and he only knows how to type on a typewriter.
That's hilarious.
And so much so that like one year for Christmas we got him a modern typewriter that didn't use ink, and he still had like some trouble using it, but he figured it out. Where the hell is he? So anyway, so my dad got my grandfather a cell phone, so it'd be easier for him to call us. And my grandfather was in a boating accident a couple years ago, where he got stranded out on the water. Like his boat died, and it was during an icy day on the lake, and he couldn't call anyone, so he was literally just like, it was pretty scary. He almost like froze on the lake just because he couldn't leave.
Yeah.
And no one was coming out because he went on an icy day. And then he had to like swim through the ice to get back on shore. His house is only like 20 yards away. So not a super big deal. Well, not a super big deal to get back to his house, but he was frozen, his whole thing. So my dad gets him this cell phone. This was like a year ago. Last night, got a call, like 3 in the morning, and from my uncle, and my grandpa knows how to call me now. He knows how to use a cell phone, knows how to call.
How to play this game?
Use bumper to fire.
Yeah, I know.
I would just use Z targeting with the.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out Z targeting.
Yeah, it's the other.
Okay, it's.
Yeah. You got it. The other trigger.
I found him. He's in prison.
I'm over here. So here's the message. So you got a call. My dad gets this call. And we're like, he calls me and tells me, and he's like, "Hey, have you been able to hear from your grandpa? I got this call from, Great Uncle Ken. I've been worried. Is everything okay?" But I was like, "No, I haven't heard anything." The next, that morning, get this text message. Mr. Henderson, this is Ken Lucan, Dan's brother. He's my great uncle Ken.
Yeah. Mr. Henderson.
Question.
Mr. Henderson.
Right. Question on Dan's cell phone. What is that? Semicolon. Question on Dan's cell phone, semicolon. His voicemail box has never been set up, and I don't see anywhere under telephone settings or anywhere else on how to set that up. Period. You know, downline, down, enter, downline, downline. I don't know if you have the same phone as Dan, my grandfather. If you could please guide me through it, it would be helpful, period. Enter, down, downline, downline. It is Thursday evening, 9:46 Minnesota time, when you get a chance. TY.
So he's got some acronyms down.
9:46 in the morning, Minnesota time. Thank
Obviously.
you. That had me die. Have you ever in your life heard a non-joke, more formal text message? It's like this.
Yeah, it's like a full, like, a short story.
It's
almost.
like a letter.
Yeah.
All right, you want me to take back over?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sir Henry.
And we all just laughed at that as a family, being like, "Oh my god," you know, because
Like, who are you?
yeah,
Everything's in the letter. I mean, honestly, not letter, but you know, seemingly.
yeah, you get all the information you need.
Yeah.
Whenever I went to go visit my grandpa, he was, you know, talking about, you know, we went out on his boat, and he was telling me about how now they put they have computers in boats, and how he doesn't think it's right because it takes away from fishing, and you should, you know, he said if you're not getting any fish, you should just go check somewhere else. And he was like, now they just put computers in them, so it takes all the fun out of it. And I was like, what? Huh? He was like, yeah. You just use he doesn't sound like a gruff, angry man. But he was like, yeah, you put in a computer, you go right to where the fish are, and they just dunk their hook. Or where's the fun? Where's the sport? If you just know where everything is, what's even the point? And I was like, yeah, I guess still catching the fish. And he just went, and he just got quiet and looked off with his fishing pole. I was like, oh man, you know, I mean, no, I guess.
Sorry, Grandpa.
Sorry, Grandpa. I mean,
computers are pretty normal these days.
I should have read that was serious for you. Alright. Come here, bitch. Thank you. And
yeah, I think you have to use that as a platform to jump back on.
But I think that there we go. Now I can go on this one. Son of a bitch. Boom. And now I'm gonna go back down and get that treasure chest because I didn't see it. Let's see. What else has happened in the span of that recording? What have we missed?
Pretty wild though for your grandpa. How did he react when he was like, that happens? Or
oh yeah, well yeah, he was very much. He did not think it was a big deal. He was like, yeah, you know, I was a little worried, but when I made it, he's like, I found the dock rope. So once I found the dock, so he's like, you know, he went out because he was like, oh, the lake's thawing. So he was going out into ice and then into the lake where it was like starting to thaw. So he broke through the ice, and then the engine died, and he was just stuck out there for, I think he said, about 9 hours.
jeez.
And then he started to get when it started to get dark and no one had like come out to the lake, he was like, "All right, gotta make it back," and he just went into the water and started to. He just said, "Oh, gotta make it back," and then went through the the freezing water and then subsequently through the ice on shore.
Wait, he swam?
Yeah, he had to swim off his boat to get to shore because he couldn't. It's a big boat. It's not like
Yeah. Your grandpa's a badass.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And then the thing is, he almost like froze to death because not only he said it started to snow, and then he said it started to, I know that it's gonna do something that should like make me to be in the right area for this. But he said it started to snow, and he was like, I have to go back. So he swam back, and then as it was getting to the ice, he was having too much trouble, but he found the dock rope and was able to drag himself through the dock rope. And then he said that, he had now, it was snowing, and he'd come out of the lake frozen. But his house, it's like, I don't know, 20, 30 yards away. And he said that the worst part was getting from the dock for like the short walk from the dock to his house to be able to, and then he said he was just like taking off his coat and stuff, and it felt like it was freezing in his hand.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, I have a bit of a runny nose and I feel a bit chilly, but your Uncle Ken made me some soup, which was very sweet, and I'm feeling fine. It's like, what the hell's the matter with you?
Doesn't it usually enact something so that you're facing it and it's there? And
Yeah, usually.
hear that if you do complete this, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, I'm worried about that too, but we'll see. I gotta tell you, we've talked about it before. Oh, you have to have a fucking kid with you. About how this stick's kind of wonky.
Yeah.
And
Has it gotten worse?
I don't know if it's gotten worse, but it definitely made an already frustrating situation replaying everything much more frustrating. Being like, because on the show, we can ham it up a bit. We can use like a vent of frustration. Yeah. Stop. When you're alone and it's in the dark and you like listening to, I was just listening to a podcast with a guy trying my hardest to get through this as fast as possible, and then the freaking stick is messing up, and I was just like, I'm gonna kill him.
You want to throw the Wii U gamepad all the way across the room.
If Wii U gamepads were cheaper, I'd be like, I'll fucking kill you, and I'm just gonna break this fucking thing, I don't even care. But it's not mine.
And they're not cheap.
And they are not cheap.
How much is the Wii U? $100?
Yeah, around there, depending on where you find it. But Wii U's are not very expensive, but the gamepad is expensive because of it seems as though people have gotten wise to the idea if you're buying a gamepad because you need one.
Yeah.
No one's buying extra gamepads out there.
Yeah, and it's not like you can just buy another GIF on it.
Yeah, right. I was also thinking I should probably do more work to my hacked Wii U. Because I haven't... I finished working on it and then I haven't messed with it in a while. I need to get it like up to 100%. Yay, the dungeon map! Oh. Wow, this is seemingly not as big of a... Oh, that's right, I remember. And it's all vertical.
Yeah.
With the big wind tunnel thing.
And very, very, very frustrating.
Yeah.
At least we know how to handle... Oh, shit. At least we know how to handle the boss this time, though.
Yeah.
Last time it was like... I don't hurt him at all.
I actually don't remember the boss at all.
That was the big puff.
No, that was the last dungeon.
Oh. I don't remember the boss at all then.
Yeah.
I thought this was the Big Foe.
Nope. This is something.
Ah, this is the Big Foe.
All right.
You're wrong. I truly don't remember.
Well,
Unlike you, who has to be like invested intellectually into these, I can just sit here, talk shit, start time.
You can just be like, all right, who cares? I not only am invested because I, hadn't played it before. Now I've played it twice in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, very, very. Yeah, I couldn't believe, because you told me, like, what, 2 weeks ago that everything had gone awry? And then earlier this week, you're like, yeah, no, I'm back to where I was. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, I spent about a week trying to fix everything, and that I wish I didn't, because I guess I learned some new stuff. I learned about multi-track recording and stuff like that. So I guess in total, not a total waste, but it was definitely just a frustrating week of me throwing ideas against the wall, trying to figure out how to salvage all of these lost episodes when there was no coming back from it. And then the next week I was like, I just came to peace with the fact that I had to replay the whole game, and it took me 3 days of just like putting in shifts of I would wake up, I would take dog for a walk, and then come in here and then just start going. And needed a break, I'd take a break.
I feel for a lot of people that would be like a good problem to have, but we've been working on this. Okay.
Yeah, this has been a very big project for us to get done, and I'd like it to it may sound a little arrogant to be like, oh, you're playing video games, it's not that big a deal. We put in a fair bit of work into this and effort, and I would like to do other things.
Yeah. This game has definitely become a part of my life.
Yeah. In a way where, I'm sure before you're like, oh yeah, I love that game, it's my favorite Zelda game, it's great.
Yeah.
And now you're like, this game is a part of me.
Yeah. I think when we're done, I'm going to start feeling that way. Because it'll be like it's over. And I have good memories playing this with my brother, with one of my best friends.
Yay, that's me.
But right now, at this very moment, I'm like, fuck you, game.
Like,
I loved you, and you betrayed me. You were the chosen one.
Shit. I can't wait to not do the next Let's Play series.
Yeah. But so you're releasing Wolfenstein. That's
yeah.
No secret. That's out. That's on YouTube. Those are older recordings. Did you guys finish it?
No. So we didn't finish Wolfenstein, but we did do we did a more recent session. So the ones going up now are an older session, and then we have a newer session of like 3 or 4 episodes. All right, this is not let's just get you out. And they were literally just there as filler. We have a fair bit of series that are, I would say, more filler series of stuff that we didn't finish but we did record, and for whatever reason we just didn't get as into it to complete it, but we actually did reinstall Wolfenstein because watching, going through the episodes and stuff, I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. We should go the distance on this. So if you're enjoying the Wolfenstein playthrough, get with it, because it's a coming. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember, because I like to watch the episodes of Wind Waker after you release them, just to kind of see
Yeah.
where we are, like what's going on. Oh, that's still funny. And then all of a sudden, before you told me that all the videos got messed up on Wind Waker, I was like, huh. I thought we were still doing here in
All of a sudden, it's Wolfenstein.
yeah, it's Wolfenstein. I was like, what's going on here?
What happened?
Yeah. And then you told me, and I was like, oh, wonderful.
Oh, speaking of wonderful, you're all wonderful.
Yeah.
So you stay nerdy out there, folks, and we'll see you right back here with the stuff.
I thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Stay nerdy. Love you.